Hey, you cool cats and kittens. Welcome back to the, what was her name? Carol Baskin podcast.
Baskin.
I'm your host.
Baskin.
Joe Exotic.
Yeah, damn it. Joe Exotic. Fuck, I couldn't think of the name. I'm your host, Jay Fandango. This is the Dish Pit Podcast, episode 71. Welcome back. We're here joined by the Rogues Gallery.
You know, Mikey Miguel over here.
As always, your boy Chocolate Daddy.
It's the Crow from Big Cat Rescue here.
This boy's got a...
Big Cat Rescue.
I know those turkeys are chickens! I don't know if you guys have seen that video on Facebook. It's fucking hilarious.
I saw it.
It's like instead of Carol Baskins and Joe Exotic, it's like these two people, and she has chickens, but they're turkeys. She's like,
wow.
I have the biggest chickens. He was like, that bitch is lying because I know those chickens is turkeys. It's fucking ridiculous. I'll show it to you after the podcast, man.
Yeah,
It's hilarious. So
It just
it's
comes
actually
up-
interesting that I thought of the Joe Exotic documentary because we were talking about it earlier, and I was saying that was one of the most entertaining documentaries
Quotable
and
is what you're
most quotable.
That shit
You
was
can't-
hilarious.
Can you quote, like, I can't quote another documentary other than I can think of two quotes from Carol Baskin. I mean, not
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
That bitch.
It's that bitch.
That bitch.
And I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
Y'all are gonna hate me, but
didn't
I
watch
have
it?
still not seen the
Yeah,
Tiger.
Bro, that's
bro,
okay. I was
it's
apprehensive
okay.
too. If you ever watch it, you won't be able to stop, bro.
Yeah, it's literally, and
It's fucking, it's riveting.
you're just like, all right, well, I got another hour.
If it came out 10 years ago, you would have bought it on bootleg.
Really?
Really?
Bro, it was fucking great. And then, man,
It was so, and like, I don't know, I watched it while it was happening, like, because they released it episode by episode. Oh my god, you were just sitting there like, I'm ready for the fucking, where's the next episode?
So,
Drop
Pete,
it.
there's this dude. He knows what he's doing is illegal. And he's selling the experience of owning a pet lion or tiger in Vegas. So, on top of this dude has gone bankrupt several times over for recording, like we're doing a podcast right now.
The
He
country
would have a podcast going on while he was recording his show,
Dude.
and then turning each episode into a part of a documentary.
bro, this guy is a legend. I actually
God.
wouldn't mind, like,
His vision was
us
on
just
another-
watching, like, an episode together, like, once or twice a week. Just because that shit's I would actually genuinely enjoy to rewatch.
He's making millions.
He was ahead of his time.
And then this
Was
bitch,
making millions.
this
Was.
bitch, Carol Baskins,
This
comes
bitch.
in,
This
fucking
bitch.
shit up. She's like, this should be regulated. This should have bigger enclosures. And the whole time she's rich because she killed her husband. Well, her husband goes missing, quote unquote, and they never find his remains, body, where he went. She just gets all his
Wait,
money.
didn't she say something that he, like, he
And
put,
Joe-
like, something on him that made him smell like tuna
Joe
fish for the
alludes to
tiger?
how
Yeah.
she kills her husband in the show, and no one listens to him. And now they catch up to it. Fast forward, Joe's in jail now. He's fighting to get out of jail. She's rich as fuck. She's the Tiger Queen now. She's got all of these acolytes and followers. There are people who volunteer to work for her for 7 years at a time just to never even be next to a tiger.
Isn't-
All right, well, you're hearing it from his biased side.
Yeah, he's not.
Carol
he's-
Baskin is, like, I don't think she's, like, necessarily a good person. She's not, like, evil. Like, he's honestly, there is a
Isn't
big.
she trying to help Joe?
I
get
wanted
out
to
of jail?
pivot.
No, she's not.
I wanted to pivot from this Joe Exotic because this is kind of old news. Because I was gonna pivot with the conspiracy theory that Carol Baskin killed her husband, and then we're gonna segue with that to
It's a good idea. Let's start with that.
So Pete,
cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
to answer your question, Michael, no. She
That's just what I heard, or I saw like an article. Like Carol Baskins now help Joe Exotic get
She
out of
cost him millions of dollars in legal fees to
I
draw
said we were
out
pivoting.
and take away all his money, so he's stuck in jail because
God
of it.
damn.
So yeah,
Anyway, but she killed her husband though.
yeah.
Fed him to the tigers.
He thinks that
That's the conspiracy.
because he's fed so many tigers that if the oil from the meat or some of the fish oil that they use for the tiger food gets on you, that the tigers won't recognize you as a friend. They'll recognize you as what's covered in fish oil and eat you. So if you were gonna kill somebody, 9 times out of 10 you have to get rid. If you do anything and you use a weapon, you have to get rid of the weapon and you have to get rid of the body. If she got rid of her husband's body, what did they do with the bones? So the tiger ate it.
It's like the movie Snatch.
There's also that, like, that tank, that water tank or whatever.
Yeah. So they think the tiger ate them, and then she kept the bones, and then
Tiger
disposed
could
of them.
totally eat the bones.
Yeah, but can you
But
digest
she
them?
shit. The
Feed
tiger
'em to the
shit out,
pigs.
shit them out, and she has animals like that. At
Yeah,
her
feed them to the
disposal.
pigs. No problem.
Just like
I
Snatch.
don't think tigers eat bones though.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what he said. I didn't know because I know dogs will eat bones.
You're right,
Pigs will
right.
for sure eat that shit.
The reason
Right.
I'm on the Joe Exotic side of this is just so y'all we're all
I'm on
clear.
his
We're
side
all
too,
on
bro. I
his
love
side.
Joe
Oh.
Exotic.
All right.
Well,
Well,
think we like Carol Baskin,
Bro, except for that one, I don't want to spoil anything because we're gonna end up talking too much about it and spoil it for G, bro.
Oh, that's true.
I don't spoil easily. So.
he was helping all of those people and paying them week
All right.
after week, right? What was Carol doing? She was taking volunteers, and so no one's on the inside to tell you, oh, this is how they do it. But on Joe's story, they're like, he was supposed to do this, and this, because he was open with his team.
I trust Joe more because he was banging that meth head dude.
He
That's
was.
what
Yeah, Joe is gay
Bro,
as could be.
man, so gay.
I'm- so gay.
Oh, he was gay too, yeah. And but he had 2 husbands.
He's a Tiger King at the same time.
Bro, he was that guy.
Yeah, they got married all at the same time, all 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
a
it was fucking-
gay polygamist tiger fanatic.
And then
Yeah.
his second husband
He's a legit-
sang at
he
his
has a
first
mullet.
husband's funeral. Remember that? It's
Bro,
the
he has a
craziest
blonde
thing.
mullet.
Yeah, I forgot about the second husband.
He
He's
has
a-
this handlebar mustache.
guy's
Oh, he-
Molestache.
He's had like a 70s like very droopy mustache. He has like a pistol on his holster.
At all times.
all time.
He's got a cane because he's got a limp.
Yeah,
Because one of the
'cause he's a
tigers
meth
came
head.
at him.
and he's a meth head.
There's too many things about this guy. I gotta watch this show.
Once you hear, like, I wasn't watching it
Oh,
at
and
first
he tried to be
either.
a country singer too.
Yeah, the songs are.
He has music videos.
No, he does not.
He had
Yes.
he had like a radio show.
Bro, he has a talk show. He has a podcast. He's recording for a documentary, and then all the footage he was using to make he was piecing it all together.
He killed a doll that was like Carol Baskin on his podcast and
Oh,
said
yeah.
he was gonna kill her. He's like, I'm gonna shoot that bitch.
That's a big reason of why he actually went to jail because of all that shit.
because he had that shit out there.
And then there's some other shit that happens that I don't want to spoil.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
it's genuinely interesting.
All right, so
It's
all right.
still a documentary.
When Trump was in office, Joe Exotic put in a plea to be pardoned. Did that go through
I don't
or
think
no?
so.
Like,
I don't
is
think
he
so.
still in jail right
Yeah, he's
He's
still, in jail.
now? Oh my god! If
He
he,
got
was
AIDS
pardoned,
in
I was
jail.
gonna be like, oh my god.
He got AIDS in there.
He got AIDS in jail.
He got coronavirus while
I
he
thought
was
he had
in there.
AIDS before jail.
No. He got AIDS in jail, and he got the coronavirus in there.
Well,
That's
I'm not
why he was
surprised.
I'm
At the
just
pardoned.
gonna
same
look up if
time?
Joe Exotic has
Nah, he
AIDS.
got coronavirus first, and then because of all of the fame he was getting and the people taking advantage of him while
Somebody
he was still
took
in
his
jail,
booty. Oh my
people
god!
was like, "Oh yeah, you gonna pay for
he was
that?"
gay, bro. He gave it up, bro.
No,
He gave
just
up that
because you're
booty.
gay doesn't mean you like every gay person.
Hey, I'm to be protected
And
in jail.
just-
That's what I'm saying.
Just because you're gay doesn't mean you're randomly giving it up. That's the thing.
I
Like,
wasn't saying one or the other. I was just saying that you don't know his specific situation. Him being gay in there might have found a big, nice hunk of man.
He liked
protect
clean
him
men
and
when he
shit.
was out, and while he was in there, he got AIDS.
He doesn't have AIDS. He has CVID, which is similar to the genetic code of HIV.
Oh.
And I think he's out.
Human papillomavirus.
Bro, he was
is
raped at
basically-
5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically
you don't come
destroys
back
your
from-
immune system.
You don't come back from that.
It's
though.
fucked.
Yeah,
If
damn.
you're raped
Guys,
at 5, that's
Let's
it.
talk about some lighthearted, like, really out there conspiracies. What's your most crazy conspiracy? Does anybody have one right off the top of their dome? I can go first if you want.
Yeah,
I mean, the only one that I really am fairly familiar with is the whole New World Order conspiracy. You know,
What's-
I like that one. I like that one.
But
the
that's
lizard
it.
people,
I don't know about that one.
That we're secretly being
like the
controlled,
Illuminati
like the
thing.
Illuminati.
Yeah, but
It's
I
like,
thought
that's
I didn't know
part of
about
it.
the lizard people. I thought that we were being controlled by like the Bilderberg, blah blah blah, and
There's a lot of those conspiracies that like connect, because the one you're talking about actually connects to the one I have an idea of. Too.
I'm also a big believer of Freemason. You know,
Oh yeah,
still
you can
in
look
charge.
up you can look up Moloch, the owl god,
Oh, yeah.
on Google Maps. You zoom in and you find the Bohemian Grove with the fucking deity, the owl deity that they sacrifice to and do those rituals. It's fucking trippy.
Yet Masons still believe in God as a higher power.
Yeah, my stepdad was a Mason. I didn't like him.
That's trippy. What was
His
he
name
like?
was Herschel. He had
Oh no.
his name was Herschel. He had a red motorcycle. It had the skulls on it, like faded. He had a nice pickup truck, and he owned a trash company. He was a millionaire.
Did he have any Freemason
Yes.
like symbols, like the
it was
G
everywhere,
with the
bro. On the back of his car.
G with the compass.
On his motorcycle, on his hats. He would have people on his bracelets. He would have people come to the house and they would wear them too. I was like, yo, what's up with that chain? And he's like, if you don't know about it, I can't tell you.
Yeah, because it's like a secret fraternity.
It's
bro.
a brotherhood. It's a secret brotherhood. Yeah.
You gotta go get butt fucked to get into this.
So
No,
one of
you
his
don't.
sons,
Someone in it has to put you in. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
so one of his sons was stationed in Guam, and he told me a whole bunch of stories.
It's usually
about it.
military peeps. That's how I.
And he was like,
How
so
I
my
know
dad
about him.
jerked off in a coffin, and that's how he got in. And I was like, what? Yeah,
Really?
that's what he said. He said my dad jerked off in a coffin.
In a coffin with a dead person in it.
I don't know.
On
He
a
was
dead
not
person?
clear. And then he
Why didn't we
casually
continue the
changed
conversation?
The convo. He was like, "Do you guys watch Bleach?" And at this point in time,
That's fucking great.
He caught up. So I was like, "Nah, but it sounds cool. What's up?" And
Bleach is cool.
Bleach is dope.
That's where it
actually.
said-
The
Yeah,
anime,
Bleach is great.
the anime is coming back for the final arc.
And then he told me that women are dirt cheap in Guam. You can buy like 3 for 1.
Oh,
That's what I remember about Guam.
you can literally pluck them off trees.
Yeah, I'll never forget any of that conversation. It was the weirdest thing ever.
Go to Guam, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think you need a passport to go to Guam.
See.
Hell no, it's a third world country.
But no.
Will we
but-
die?
But it's an American territory.
It's a colony. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will
So
we get killed if we go to Guam?
No.
No, but you'd have to fight off some one of those like those dudes like in.
We gotta fight people off.
and you
Yeah.
have to say hiya.
They come off. They jump off motorcycles.
God,
at
we
you.
should go to Guam.
I'm down.
I'm in.
No, but
Since you
yeah,
say you don't need a passport,
to Guam.
to Guam.
Yeah, we're
Look
doing
like
it.
kings for 12.
We're all gonna die.
The flight's gonna be more expensive than our whole trip.
Yeah,
The
no shit.
flight, yeah.
We'll all have to get vaccinated though in order to go.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
I mean,
it's like going to the Philippines
I have to
though.
get vaccinated anyway.
I'm bringing disinfectant, alcohol, Trojan.
See, I'm not afraid.
You bring
That's
some
a
penicillin too.
Trojan is not
Trojan.
going to protect you from coronavirus, sir. Like, not
You're
at
gonna
all.
put it over
Trojan
your
body
mouth?
condom.
It's to put over my tongue when I eat steak there.
when I eat steak.
That sounds disgusting.
You're stupid.
Sir.
He's like, I don't want to taste the food while I'm there. I want to put a
I want to
condom over
taste the
my.
latex and boob.
Just wanted the textures.
Hell nah, bro.
Hey, but no, that's conspiracy theory. The vax.
That the vaccination is like a microchip or some shit.
All right, so first I'm gonna say the whole. I'm gonna shoot the whole fucking nanotech thing down to the ground.
It's
First
too
of all,
expensive, right?
it's too expensive. Even if they did have this type of technology,
Yeah,
do you
they
really
wouldn't-
think they waste? Like they don't even have the funds to make the product secretly. First of all, like how are you gonna fucking make like 350 million shots worth of nanotech?
We're billions and trillions of dollars in debt. Like,
and to do
why
it
would they
under wraps?
put more billions of dollars in each one of us? Like that, I feel like that's too much.
And I'm
be
gonna say
honest.
something that comes to no surprise to anybody.
Billions and trillions are our regular spending habits.
Yeah, when you get up that high. But here, I'm gonna make something that nobody should be surprised about. The government does not care about you like that. They
At
do not.
all.
They don't give a fuck about you to
If
put
you're not offending them or costing them money, they
nanotech
will
into
not
you.
invest
They already
resources.
got what they want. They already got what they want with these cell phones and them asking you what type of fucking information and all of that stuff. I was in the military and the government didn't want to spend fucking money on me. And I'm in the fucking front line protecting this shit. So
Each soldier does cost $1,600.
Yeah.
Well, 16,000.
16,000
More than 7.
front up.
17.4. I remember seeing in that movie, and I was like,
When I
"Oh,
was
dang."
trained combat military, each soldier you got to think as they rank up is $150,000 investment.
War Dogs with Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
That's what they were talking about. It. Sorry.
$150,000 investment. The higher you go, the more with the technology that you have. Like people in like Navy SEALs, they're like $1.6 million. That's why they have that life insurance that will fucking drop fucking $500K on it. Like if you get killed, like no, that's the base.
That's why your family's looked after.
That's why people are looked after
when
whenever they
into
go.
the SEAls and
If they fall in.
Air Force and stuff like that.
But that's just them. Those are just the upper part. The
just
government didn't, and they're paying the bare minimum for the technology that we have. It's all revelational breaking. So they're not doing no nanotech on nothing.
How you liking that Carol Baskin, G?
Oh, this that Carol Baskin.
That's that Carol Baskin.
Straight to the head, bro. Straight to the head.
Oh, that's
So,
funny.
okay, so that's a good one. Mine, I particularly like the Hollow Earth.
Ah, I've heard
Not
this.
like Journey to the Center of the Earth type shit where there is no core and mantle.
Okay.
That still exists. Okay, all that science shit still exists. here's where I come from with the hollow Earth. The crust is what? How many miles thick?
7.
My theory is that there are massive.
7 to 10.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say 10, but be more realistic. 7 habitable
For
if you were
the
to hollow it
crust,
out.
yeah.
So if you were to excavate, large portions of certain parts of the crust, you could have civilizations live inside the Earth.
How you getting oxygen?
The Earth's thickness averages around 18 miles.
Damn. So okay, is it the crust?
Yeah, the crust.
No. So the oxygen. There's already been civilizations that have done it. They've lived underground and they have vents that lead to the surface.
The Egyptians
that's easy.
do that, yeah.
Easy fix. No problem.
Enough to sustain.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if you're talking
thousands of
about people building civilizations, like, yes, I think so. But why we can't find them? So there are large portions of the North and South Pole that you can't fly over because of the magnetic poles and all that shit, and also the government. They say it's the magnetic poles. Scientifically, I'm not a scientist, but you're not allowed to fly over it. So that could be a good chunk of the Earth that isn't inhabited. I mean, not inhabited, but not looked into very much because it's sub-zero temperatures and it's like a barren wasteland. There could be people living there. There's shit that happened. There have been wars that happened, like the Nazis were out there with the fucking, they're testing shit. I can't remember what the story was, but it was like the British showed up and they got fucking annihilated by
That's crazy.
These German railguns or whatever.
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about, like the Blitzkrieg?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of different battles that happened in World War II, and the Germans are also, like, there's a lot of conspiracies with the Germans, like, having contact with aliens and getting advanced technology, and that's why they were gonna win the war until some fuck shit happened. Obviously, it was just Germany against everybody, so that's the main reason why they lost.
Well, here, you ready to get debunked? Okay.
That's this way.
What's that? There's 4 layers of Earth's crust.
I thought you passed it to me.
I didn't.
You tried to, and then you sent it the other.
There's 4 layers of Earth's crust.
Okay.
You'd have to get past the first one, but that's like all continental, so it's subject to the tectonic plates still moving around, shifting around, and so each layer below that is
It's
just
even more
a
unstable.
churning of that. So you would have to live in that, because it is 5 to 70 kilometers thick, but the only first 7 kilometers are the ones that would have some type of stabilization, although they're still being compacted on because it is still kind of churning underneath them.
Yeah, there's seismic events going on underneath the tectonic plates when we get earthquakes, which is why the aftershock is always worse than the initial quake.
And the ocean crust is denser than the surface, the top crust, which, like I said, like a couple podcasts back, like all this land is just like big bodies of like huge. Imagine like the hugest mountain you could ever slowly, gradually go up that just pokes its head above the
just
water.
drowned, yeah.
That's just what land is. Like things like Florida comes up like that, and just the top of Florida sits above the fucking water. That's like when you look at an overview of it, like Florida and the Caribbean's the best, why the water looks light blue and then goes to darker, because you can still see the land as it slopes down, and then the continental shelf drop off where it just goes down to the fucking bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, Florida's gorgeous, man. It's one of the most beautiful places.
So that's why they say as the sea
water,
rises,
not the state.
Yeah. As the sea rises, as the ocean sea levels rise, it's just gonna just engulf it. It'll just be like bloop, it's gone.
So
Forever.
Unless they figure out a way to move with the tectonic plates.
Huh?
Michael.
to go
Do
with
another.
Jordan.
That's what happens when you give me time to think while you're I'm just playing. No, obviously, that's probably not true. But there have been civilizations that lived underground, so
So
the only reason why I thought it would be possible.
going with Jordan's conspiracy theory question, I was reading Department of Truth, and one thing
On the first page.
that I like is the flat Earth theory. And the reason why I like that they use it is because it's something that the scientists allow. It gives them grounds to make people sound dumb. Less questions from them, and it's like, okay, these are the people that don't even believe the world is round. So there's no point in talking to them. But when you ignore people, you don't even have to explain anymore. And then they just keep going down the line of, it's science. It's proven by science. It's proven by science. It's proven by science.
No, but it's also explained.
But also those flat earthers, they talk themselves into holes. Like their shit isn't supported by anything other than conjecture and stuff they've heard from other flat earthers. And then they try to take examples from scientists and twist what they said. That's often what flat earthers do. I've seen a video of like a flat earther talking to a scientist.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah.
On Vice.
Oh man, I saw it, and I was
I'm like, well, I mean, this is the most reasonable conversation I've ever seen between a flat earther and a scientist.
But still, I was gonna give it a chance, you know, like I'm gonna watch. Like it ended up just, I didn't even watch it. Like it pissed me off, just like his comments, you know, when he was like talking about, like, we had the video from a plane. He's like, well, first of all, read that the video was taken with an eagle-eye camera, which already bends the light that makes it appear to be curved, but it's not curved. It's really a flat level. If you're sitting in the pilot seat, it's like, I'm just like.
And then the scientist is like, well, I actually live on the beach and I can look out on the horizon and see the boats go over and disappear over the horizon. It's actually not flat. He's like being very reasonable. They're both being pretty, like, as reasonable as the flat earther can be.
Yeah.
They probably got the most together flat earth conspiracy theorist out there. But it was definitely an interesting little conversation they had.
I think the problem is that they're like, people that believe things like that are just set in their ways.
Have you been on a
they're
plane?
not going to move on their beliefs, even if they are just like crazy out, left field,
Yeah, and these aren't people that are going to be put in real life situations where actually knowing the fact that the earth is round comes into play. Like in the military, shooting with a rifle.
Bullet drop too, right?
Yeah, with a rifle from a long
oh,
distance.
yeah,
There's a natural decline. You're facing A, the curvature of the earth, and B, gravity.
Yeah.
So you have to take both of those into, and your velocity is what keeps your bullet. So, as I know that if I shoot, over 1,000 yards away, whatever I'm aiming at, it's gonna drop 2 degrees by the time it hits wherever it's at.
For sure.
So you got to take that into account, like backing it up, quarter degree, to get the most like, and that's because you're told flat out, Earth is round. You're not shooting over.
Exists.
Yeah, people think that like, oh, the land is flat. Like when you're looking, the land is flat. No, when you back up, all the land is round.
Nothing.
It's
on Earth
always
is flat or in a
round.
straight line.
That's why when you mathematically do streets, the way GPS works, that's why they triangulate, because if you were to calculate the actual distance on a piece of paper from like Briar Forest to this thing, it's actually a shorter distance than what it actually is, that you're like the distance that you actually travel.
It wouldn't factor in the curvature,
doesn't
right?
factor in curvature.
So that's what triangulating is?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Triangulating is just taking triangles out of circles in
Oh,
every
shit.
direction.
That's some 4D chess shit, bro.
This is so delicious.
Calculus. Oh god.
Okay, so
Sponsored by Kawhi.
we've tackled New World Order,
flat earth.
Flat Earth, and Hollow Earth. What do you got, Michael?
Big state, baby.
Big
Oh,
state,
yeah.
like
Top of the president, like JFK assassination conspiracy cover
Big
up.
Brother
Yeah,
type
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like all of this stuff too, like all these little factions, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, which is like a contradictory
ISIS.
fucking thing.
You think ISIS? That's another one.
They
Sorry.
just
ISIS
went
is
away.
That's another
They
conspiracy
just
theory.
went away. Where'd they go?
They're dipping for now. We don't know.
They're
Well,
anonymous now.
They're gonna kill you next.
They went away when Trump got elected.
Yeah, it was
Like,
probably
you just
Obama's
didn't
thing.
see ISIS anymore. Like, and then now they're magically back. And
We
it's
needed
like,
a new terror thing. You got to
Yeah.
keep the public shooken up, man. Keep
Trump
us-
was the terror thing.
No. ISIS was the terror thing.
Yeah, no,
ISIS
probably.
ISIS was the terror thing. Then Trump came in. And then Trump was the.
Yeah, like Trump's more fucked up than Let's fuck ISIS. We gotta
All right,
worry
we can
about
put
this
ISIS
guy,
on the back burner for now. Let it simmer.
When he was in office, he was the news.
bro. That's it. That's all.
that was it.
Everything he said and did was.
I
what
heard
we
shit
had.
about Biden.
Even after his office, he's still everything they're talking about for some reason.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
I've heard a bunch of Trump whiners, man. They're like, I would sure love a mean tweet and $1.79 gas right now. Like, first of all, listen, gas has been steadily increasing for the past year.
Well, no, it has nothing to do with that. Biden shut down the fucking Texas.
I get that, but
oil reserve. And
but
I'm
the
not.
gas
I'm just
prices
saying
have
like.
been going up regardless of Biden doing that shit.
Yeah, but he's just basically cutting out the reserve to hold on to it.
That
Who
and that
knows what the
pipeline
fuck.
from going to from Florida to the East Coast was disrupted.
Yep.
Remember that?
That
just-
would have fucking.
That was less than 2 months ago.
That would have brought in so much fucking
That's
crude oil.
yeah. These things cause gas prices to go up. My gas prices go up regularly.
Oh my god.
Y'all don't notice it, but it's just like okay, when I have a variety of things to offer you,
And
Oh,
it's
we
what you got to
noticed.
do. It's called the market, right?
and that's just how it goes. Like
No, but still, it's like I think everything that happens could be connected in a way, whether it's big state government or some fucking general in the Pentagon going like issue. I don't know how it happens now, but I mean back then it would just be a
You
black.
were in the military, Michael. Like you were a Marine, bro. You didn't hear anything? Like nothing?
well, I
Did
was
you
during
not have your ear to the ground?
I was during the Bush administration,
Oh, yeah, that
and
was
it was
pretty-
the beginning of it, and like he just got into office, and the first thing he had to deal with was like, bam, 9/11. So it's like,
Not much to look into there.
No,
I
so
mean,
it's
so
like-
do you? So 9/11 was it? It was planes, right?
yeah,
Planes did it?
Was it planned by? Because they say that it was planned by fucking George Bush, don't they?
Jesus, I've heard that it was.
I heard
it was
some-
an inside job. I don't know if it was planned by George Bush. I don't think he's smart enough to plan.
They said something about he knew about it beforehand.
I
and
think
no,
I said it's
no.
didn't
Like,
should
that's
stop.
That's the same. It's the Titanic. That's the Titanic situation, where the Titanic's driving, and they're like, there's an iceberg up ahead, and they're like, full thrusters ahead. It's the same thing that happened with that. The FBI and the CIA were getting a lot of hits, and a lot of them were saying that there's going to be an attack in that specific manner coming up, and the administration chose to ignore that. That's where
Ladies.
that gets
okay.
misconstrued. He
And
didn't
and didn't he
know
hide?
and then go into it.
He went into hiding too during Katrina,
won't-
right?
Wait, was he here during Katrina?
Bro, he came.
No,
to
he was
Texas.
a president, right?
Yeah, he was the president.
I know the
What,
thing
didn't it
about
happen in
Katrina
06?
was, I know the thing about Katrina was he held off the FEMA button, and it wasn't because like he was doing it on purpose, because he was just fucking too dumb to know to like send FEMA right now. People are fucking
Really?
dying. Yeah, that's really what it.
Bro,
ended up
even
being.
even Trump
Katrina,
knew
he didn't
to.
come here for Katrina. He came here for Ike.
Yeah, he came here for Ike,
He came here for Ike. Keep in mind, it was.
which is after Katrina, and he pushed the button really fast on Ike.
Yeah, he
Oh, yeah, I
he
remember
didn't
that.
come here for Katrina. We was dealing with all the people. The murder. If you look at the murder rates in these years, it jumps from Louisiana after Katrina to Houston.
Yeah, because everybody came here.
Yeah, and it was incredible.
There was tons of apartment
I-
complexes built just for people from Louisiana.
Yeah, it's called Section 8.
It
and
was
I was
crazy.
I was a witness to that on my side of town, which is the south side, by the,
At that point, I still lived by the Astrodome, so it was just like,
influx.
man, like there was a lot of
And that was the main
just
hub, right?
ratchet ass people.
That was
Like,
the hub for FEMA right there.
Yeah.
Ladies and
was.
gentlemen, during the show, an alarm will go off. Do not be alarmed. We're going to play a little game. It's called ABC, where basically everything we say is going to start with the letter A, and then the next thing someone else says is going to start with the letter B, going on for the next, let's call it minute and 30 seconds.
When the alarm goes off.
When the
What
alarm
the
goes off.
fuck?
Sound like
Are
fun?
you
That sounds like fun.
I'm being ambushed.
Are you hijacking the podcast?
Just a new element, just a little ABC game we can play.
All right.
2 or 3 games we can play throughout the show.
Okay. So
Oh,
what
2
were
or
we?
3.
What did you talk? Who's talking?
About Katrina and then the ratchet people coming from.
My apartment.
I went to O'Donnell. That's where all they went. All the New Orleans kids went to O'Donnell.
I was in college at the time, and oh my god, HCC was it. Oh my god, I had me one from Louisiana.
Sir, you were not in
Girls from
college
Louisiana are
in
crazy.
06.
HCC was up the street from my house.
That doesn't mean you're in college.
Bro,
in
we are
06.
the same age. I was a fucking sophomore in 06.
Literally up the street from my house, y'all. I'm pulling
I was in
college
sixth
girls at
grade.
16.
No, I was a junior in 06.
I graduated 08, but there was
Same.
this one chick.
Yeah, I was in 6th grade.
And keep in mind, all you gotta do is just be at the right place in the right time. Had the colored eyes, the fake wig. She had the.
I mean,
the
you're
blue
talking-
eyes.
you're talking to
She
Dr.
basically
Crow
looked like
here.
a chocolate Smurf, and, at the time. And I was like, oh yeah.
That does not sound
Sounds
appealing.
awful.
No.
A chocolate Smurf.
Bro.
We're
That sounds delicious,
We're-
actually.
we're
I'm like-
teenagers, so I'm like, ooh, she got big old, like I can tickle old bitties. I can get with that. Like, she
Never
looked like a
touched her
Smurf.
titty before.
Did she get down like that, bro?
Yeah, totally. It was crazy.
All right.
Nice conspiracy, bro.
What about aliens?
I think aliens exist, man. Like it would
That's the
be
big one.
It would be too coincidental for
Yeah.
all of life to just exist here on Earth.
I
Like,
agree. Everything happens in great increments in the universe.
The
But the
universe
problem-
is enormous. Like it's immeasurable. So for you to say that all life is here, like it's impossible.
And we can't even tell because when we're looking out into space, like the whole long time ago galaxy far, far away. Yeah, like whenever it's like, oh, this galaxy is 13 million light years away, you're looking at it 13 million light years in the past. That's not what it looks like now.
Yeah,
Because it took 13 million light years for that light to travel from there to now. Now, in reality, if you were outside of that galaxy, it would look way more advanced, maybe don't even exist anymore.
So there's actually a documentary about this on HBO Max, and it's about them positioning because they have the technology,
Putting your spot
to make
in
the
between
cameras
systems.
that can see far enough, and then placing enough of them facing the right direction to take a picture of everything at once, so they can get it far enough and get it back quick enough.
Have you ever seen those computer programs of the 3D images of stars? Like it would show like Orion's belt, and then it showed them how the stars were like to each other.
Right now,
It'll be like one star's back here, the other star is over here, and another star is over here, but they're like this distance all apart from each other, and be like 5.6 light years, 7.8 light years,
what
and
they're
then
what
like
they're hoping to achieve from the photo they're going to take with all of these cameras is how the galaxy is how it's interacting with everything around itself as it's happening.
it's because people are disillusioned. They see stars and pictures, and it's 2D.
That's the problem with the universe. It's fucking huge.
It's-
Right.
Yeah.
Even if
Right.
there is life, we haven't mastered the technology to be able to even travel at the speed we need to get there
We can't even get
And
to
not
Mars.
die. Like before
and
we
not
get-
die.
Yeah.
Exactly.
like,
So we're not there yet. Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Alarm.
The alarm has.
No, I said alarm. That's the word. You lost.
Basically, you suck.
Can't believe you guys
Wait, does it have to be a
started
sentence?
off terribly.
I was like, oh, I was gonna say beta or something like that. I don't know.
You have
What
to
do
start with A now.
You have to start with D. I
Yeah,
heard
it's the
C.
alphabet. Okay, I thought you were doing A, B, C.
Wait, how do I start with D?
He said A. He said B. I did a C.
You're on.
Wait,
you're
I thought you
on
said it has to
D.
be a word.
Yeah, start.
Yeah,
the word
the
has to
beginning,
start
the
with
word
letter
at
D.
the beginning of your sentence has to start with the next
Dork.
letter of the alphabet.
Discontinue what Jordan's talking about and
I get
continue,
it now.
Michael.
The beginning of
He
your
didn't
sentence-
understand.
I didn't. I thought you were just saying one word.
All right.
Don't get offended.
Let's start
I'm just
over.
saying
I'm
that-
not offended. Don't say I'm getting offended. I
Who's
was
getting offended?
explaining to him.
Yeah.
And this is fucking retarded.
All right. All right. All right.
Display different
All right.
emotions. I'm
All right.
only trying to continue using the word D.
Oh, you want to start from D. Don't be a sucker. Just say something. Like-
And then the alphabet goes on.
Eat
Enough
my
of
ass.
this. Enough of this shit. Eat his-
He's like, enough of this shit.
Forget about it.
Fine. Let's
no,
move
no,
on.
no, no. If you made it a drinking game, I probably would have understood. To be honest with you.
I just didn't. I wasn't listening very well at. When
I
you
honestly
explained
thought it
I
was
thought you
a-
said word, and then we were doing sentences, and then
He
Michael
said the first word of his
He
sentence.
said the first word of each sentence has to start with the
So you
next
didn't.
letter
Wait,
of the
each
alphabet.
sentence. No, that's what he.
Well,
that's
I'm
what
not
I know
limiting
that
you
he
to say
said
one
now.
word in a circle.
This
You
is
guys
derailed
are
so
grown
badly.
I
men.
wonder. I couldn't understand that that's what he meant. I thought it was like the same.
I'm
letter
definitely
for
bleeping this
every
part out of the
word.
podcast.
Dang.
Dang,
not
you
the
got
not the
bleeped.
just us arguing about it.
I think it's funny.
I don't. It's
You
not
got
funny.
bleeped.
We tried, ladies and gentlemen.
You got bleeped.
So what you guys watching on TV nowadays? Huh?
I haven't watched Loki yet.
I wanted to watch Loki too, but my PlayStation's not working.
Is it out yet?
Didn't
Yeah,
even know it
came
was
out the 5th. I thought it came out on the 5th.
I thought it came out today.
Oh, it must have came out today then, because
Oh,
they keep
yeah.
talking about Loki being gender fluid. And I'm like, why the fuck does that matter? He's a god.
Fuck.
The alphabets love getting there.
They have to say that shit every
alphabet.
article. There has to be an article, and the Sandman coming out, and they're talking about non-binary, and I'm like, whatever, it's cool. I don't care.
The saying
Yeah,
non-binary.
why does his gender preference
Because there are people
matter
that
at
get
all?
mad
Like,
about
'cause they're
certain races being
getting outrageous.
like certain genders and
Hollywood
races being
cannot
played as
afford
certain
to lose
characters.
money from the gay community.
they're so scared. But here's the thing.
Yes, they can.
No one can afford the gay culture canceling them.
Listen, our friend or
Dave Chappelle
my
can.
friend co-worker who's a lesbian, for the second time now
Are you talking
in a
about-
month, yeah. And she's a great person. She leans conservative. She's she's
She's just like Dominican or something,
yeah,
right?
Dominican.
you can just say
And
black,
American.
by the way.
Well, I mean, I know I can.
She's a PLC. They're
I'm just
gonna
trying to
look at us
just
the same.
I'm just trying to set her up, you know?
Yeah.
She got asked by a customer which pronoun she prefers to be called by.
Oh yeah,
Twice now.
that's funny because she has a mohawk, bro.
Well,
She looks like one of those chicks that'll dye her hair blue and get
but
triggered.
she's
about
not
shit.
like hiding. She's not like trying to hide her boobs or hide the fact that she's a girl
No, that is true.
at all.
I was at Jack in the Box the other day and I was like, thanks, man. But I could see that this dude was trying to be a girl. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think to ask because you work at Jack in the Box. So the fact that he asked, this guy's trying. And he forgot. So he asked twice.
Hey, I'm trying
What's
too.
up?
That's all I gotta say.
Wasn't
I'm
the same
trying to
guy.
adapt too.
Yeah, because
bro.
some people aren't
There's
trying.
two different people, right?
And it's
Yeah.
like, do I have to look at Dwayne Wade's son as a girl or a guy? Or can I just keep living? Because eventually, like when it touches us, like, you know what I'm saying?
living?
They still
good.
haven't set us up with the perfect question to ask so they feel comfortable. They're not saying, hey, whether he's gender fluid or gender binary, just ask whoever you're in question of what they prefer to be called.
But see, that's like
Where they prefer to, the men's or the women's restroom.
I
that's
never-
insulting
I
to
never-
these people. Like,
I never once thought about that growing up that I would need to like ask someone that.
Or
And I'm a pretty polite person.
and here's the thing,
But that's what their
like
internet
she's
for.
incredibly insulted when somebody asked her that. She was like it's none of your business what I want to like recall myself. It's rude of you to even just come out because that's the first thing that they say.
Well, you know,
And
I
one
agree with
lady-
that, but also
Uh-oh.
I agree with that, but also it's kind of a slippery slope.
Yeah, true.
Because you know there are instances where you can think someone identifies as something, and then you say, "All right, look, ma'am," and then it's, "Well, I'm a guy," like, and they want to blow up on you.
On
you
top
know?
of that, it's Pride Month, so they're asking to
No,
gain
this-
awareness or knowledge. maybe?
The first incident happened last month. This one just happened. And to put a side note on that, one of them was a teacher. The lady was a teacher, and it was discussed by her peers and through her students, which are young,
Oh
About
no, they're
what-
starting to teach that shit in schools.
about what they thought. And the other one works for the State Department and went to a 2-day seminar about doing that and approaching and asking people that. Now, their goal in the seminar, I actually agree with. Because at the end of the incident with her, my coworker, and the State Department lady, is they actually sat down and had a conversation on, you know, what they each felt like and how they felt approaching this. She was her first attempt at asking somebody what pronoun they wanted to be called. And she was educating her on how she felt in her part of the community. And they had a great conversation about it, right? And the lady said at the seminar, from I was eavesdropping and stuff, you know, it was called Courageous Conversation, right? Like that was the end goal, which that's good. That's good. That end goal is good. But the initial jump off asking what pronoun, that's slippery slope. Not so taken so well. It's probably gonna be split 50-50 to be honest. But
And you just need to do like Japan does, man. There's a formal and an informal way. Talking to people, the formal way is how you speak to people you don't know that well, and then the informal is the way you would speak to someone that you know really well. So yeah.
My boss is Chinese, and
She from China.
yeah, she's from China, like right near Mongolia.
For sure.
Goddamn Hungarians.
And she's always confusing pronouns. So when she's speaking about a man, she'll always say her. When she's speaking about a guy, she'll always say him.
That must
Or
be-
I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
No,
you know
I
what I
have
mean.
no idea
All right,
what
when
you
she's
said.
speaking about a girl, she'll say him, and when she's speaking about a guy, she'll say her. And then she realizes it and she'll fix it. And she told me that in China, they have one word, one pronoun for everyone, it's ta. And I was like, yeah, I mean, if we had just one word
all
we
human,
could use,
right?
yeah, like, then why not? Like, we should try to do something like that.
All right.
It's because these people want their own shit. They want Zay.
Yeah.
Help
G.
me write this show.
Yeah.
Y'all. This is the concept.
A show?
It starts off, and you see babies being born.
Ew.
And yeah, you see a whole bunch of babies sleeping in the
Gross.
hospital, just in the room, not being born, just in the room.
Fucking disgusting.
And they're in blues. The boys are in blue, the girls are in pink. And as
Nope.
they go, you
They
know,
turn purple?
to the four mark where they go to school, they
All wrong.
ask the kids before they can go at the school, before they can go to the school, do you like boys or do you like girls? Just imagine this. Help me write this. And they're like, oh,
Then my
some
girl's
say
like,
I like girls, some say I like
binary.
boys, some say both. And then they put the boys and girls that say they like both with the boys and girls that say they like both. And the girls that say they like girls with the girls. And the guys that
Are you
say
talking
they
about
like
babies
guys with the
making this
guys.
decision?
4-year-olds. So they're just around people that like what they like. You know what I'm saying?
How do they
And
know?
How do they know what they want at the age of 4?
You guys are helping me write this, but just follow me. on
What if
this.
one of the
You're in
dudes
it, bro.
start
You're
finger
not fighting
banging
it.
the
You're
other
in
dude?
it. Help me.
I'm one of the boys.
He's forcing you to help him.
You're helping me.
No, he wants you to write this show that he's proposing.
I'm trying to write it. Like, what if I?
You gotta make it make sense.
Yeah.
Though, because so the babies, they come out and they get separated, right? And
At
then
birth.
they're kept there until
For
age
4
of 4.
years.
You see that they start off boys and girls,
Uh-huh.
just pinks and blue.
Got you.
Following you.
And then the colors change when they get to 4 and they have to go to school. Now
What?
there are schools that only accept boys that like boys. There are schools that only.
Oh, that sounds like an
accept girls
anime.
that like
It
girls.
sounds like a Disney cartoon.
Exactly.
Sounds like segregation.
It,
Well,
playful, Michael. Let's get.
I thought that was like a
playful
race
with it.
thing.
Because at the end of the day,
You break the
we
ties.
make it like a rainbow color, and then it's like, oh, you know, the kids are learning about
it's like
more
Care
colors
Bears.
as they get older. They're like, oh, this is a yellow, and that means, you know what I'm saying? That's someone who went from liking boys to, oh, I do like girls. I spent
Oh,
all
so
this
that's
time-
like being a gold star to like half a star.
So-
I feel like I was gay when I was 9, but now I'm
So
straight
once
as fuck.
these people reach like orange or like purple level or black level, then they're able to go out into the world and make decisions
I hit myself in
based
the nuts
off,
with my phone.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean-
And there are lanes on the ground that are certain colors because they need to be accepted in this lane.
But what if I liked
This
the
sounds
blue?
fucking Hogwarts complicated.
What if
That
I liked
seems
one of
really
the blue people?
convoluted.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put that much time in a
Do
show
we-
about babies, bro.
Do we make color like
People
different
start off
colors?
as babies,
Oh, okay,
so
my
I
bad.
started as a child.
Like if I
Bro,
like
people start off as babies.
if I like the yellow girl, we make green babies.
You could-
Is that what or
Yeah,
do I
yeah,
become
yeah.
green?
You could do it where like each season
You hold
is
hands.
a phase of of
Every-
growing up. So
Everybody
like,
starts off
there's
red.
Childhood,
And then there's-
adolescence.
And you guys are
you
helping
know,
me write to
orange.
different relationships between
Yeah.
the girl and the guy group, the guy and girl group, and what happens when they develop. You're left asking.
What if
these
I'm like
questions. It's
the-
like, bro, we could fill this in right now.
All right, what if my group is 3 girls and me? That's my group. 3
yeah,
girls and me.
you're in the guy girl.
What
group.
color is that?
It'd be green. It's
Okay.
accepted. It's good.
See?
Everyone
That's my
likes
group.
everybody. That's the both group.
So you like dudes and chicks?
No, 3 chicks.
That's what
and
you could
me.
assume from this, Jordan. And
How
then
do
Base-
I like dudes? It's just me.
people slowly evolve. People learn what they do and don't like. And then the people who are stuck saying, "Oh, I like guys," like me and Jay, like, nah, I'm cool with hanging with my guys. We're stuck being around each other, and then we're like, I wonder what it's like in the guy-girl group.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Like
But
you're
if we
stuck in
weren't
the
ever
gay group,
worried
but you're
about
not
being
gay. That's
with the
interesting.
girls, we'd be like, I'm good with all these guys. You know what I mean? Like, help me write that so people can see what it would be like.
So when you realize,
Yeah.
when you realize within yourself that you actually are curious about the other, then you would change another color.
So the colors all
Yes.
represent the LGBTQs.
But there's
right?
gotta
Yes.
be like
So
a
each
wall that prevents you from getting to the other color.
Oh, you
like
can't
an
play on the
obstacle.
playground right now. It's green group's turn.
Let's use a mnemonic
It's pink
device.
group's
L
turn.
is for lemon, which is yellow.
It's blue group's
G
turn. It's
is
yellow
green.
group's turn. And it's a cartoon. Let's make a gay cartoon. Let's get rich. You guys are wondering how to make millions? Gay people love this stuff. Let's write it. Let's make a gay cartoon.
I don't want to go.
Let's make a gay anime. Just write a gay story.
We gotta get
Bro,
Jacoby
we got
on
we got a
this.
Pixar movie going right now. L is for lemon.
Mark's
Yeah.
asking
yellow,
us all to
G
be
is
gay
green.
right now.
B is
No, we're not
blue.
being gay. Like there are
That's what he
straight
just
people.
asked us
There are
to
gonna
be
be
gay.
straight people in the movie though.
Yes, bro. We're just making.
What's happening? Who's that? Is that me? That was me.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that? I don't know. My phone don't make that sound.
Yeah, that was weird.
But now that you follow me, does that seem kind of interesting to see how?
No,
these
it does sound
No.
interesting.
Thank
but
you. Fuck you guys.
none of us.
I agree.
No, he was on board
It
too.
sounds interesting.
And Michael was getting there too.
I'm getting there. I just don't know how I can jump
You just
groups.
have to be aware.
You don't have to be gay, Michael.
I'm not saying I have to be gay. I'm saying how do I get to another group?
when you realize within yourself that you are curious or want to be with a different type of group, like your color would change.
So like if I do the tranny group, if
Is
I
there a
jump over
tranny-
there,
Or maybe like a door would open, allowing you to.
or can I just
transition?
walk through and just be a tranny man?
So, Pete,
is that what I'm doing?
Would transitioning be a thing? Because
You
that's a
guys are on
thing in
season-
No,
there.
no, it's all metaphorical, right? Because it's
Right.
a Pixar movie.
You guys
It's not.
are on
Right,
season
right.
3 right now, and
Oh.
we just started with the pinks and the
Season-
greens and the
no.
blues.
Yeah, we have to establish
That's
all
what-
our characters
yeah, and
first.
then we develop
Seasons.
Exactly. We
Oh
could
my
take
god, I
this
thought this
be a
was a
show.
movie. Oh, it's a show. Okay.
It could be a show.
We could take this really far. You know what I'm saying? Everyone, for what we know, guys like girls, girls like guys. And then what we're hearing is, no, there's some guys that like guys.
Now there's a
All
song by
right.
Panic at the Disco
That
called
would be-
"Girls, Girls, Boys."
There'd be
I-
a group.
I
There'd
was
be a
just
group for the
confused. I
girls.
thought the goal of the show is to jump all and become part of all the groups.
Whoa.
And be like a mixed color.
It could be.
Or could they have rings?
Yes, we could do all of that. we could do all of that.
So the lesbians are yellow, the gays are green.
Bees are blue.
The blues are straight.
Yeah. No, the B's are bisexual.
Okay.
We're doing LGBTQ, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You want to help me?
Yes,
you
we're
want-
doing.
you
Yeah.
want-
Bro, you
I
want to
love your-
write this or not?
Yeah. Yes, we're
The blues are the bisexuals, and the T's can be what's a T? What's a T color?
Brown.
Taupe.
Turquoise.
Yeah, let's.
They could be like a kind of turquoise color.
Yes.
Okay.
Rainbow.
Like a
And
mermaid,
Q,
half one person.
there are
half
no
the
Q
other.
colors.
Yes,
So
there are.
what's a Q color?
Purple.
Kumquat.
That's a C, I think, right?
It's a type of fruit, but I think it's a.
Purple.
Might be
No, are
Q.
they orange?
Yeah, they're orange.
Purple's a weird
Yeah,
color.
it wouldn't make sense.
It's blue
Either
and
way, it
green.
could just be purple.
I mean, it's blue and red.
And then the
mixed
straight
together.
people are black.
Yeah, boring. Yeah, let's do.
No, I just mean like I was gonna say red. I was just like something dark, like a dark color that represents negativity.
See, but
the
I
color black, not people.
I would just stay in the straight area.
What's up?
No, you
I
gotta
would
write
ju-
the gay area.
I would just say I'm in the straight
Let's
area.
go frolic in the straight area. I don't know, man. It sounds interesting.
What if
for
you had
sure.
people in the straight
I don't know if I
area-
want to dedicate hours of my time to writing it though.
What if you had people in the straight
we
area
should just write
that
an
their
actual
job
good
was
show.
to pull you into one of the other areas? Like
We
they,
can do that as a troll.
They
for
look like
sure.
they're straight, and they're just like, oh. Then next thing you know, you're like tied up, getting
It's
ass
like the gay.
fucked.
It's the gay guys.
Or no,
thing.
your color changes.
I always knew what I liked.
Your color gets
and then-
compromised. You're all tainted. You're like half blue and half green.
Yeah, and when your colors, like, you don't literally show the ass fucking or the ass raping,
Jesus, Michael.
but your color gets changed.
You say it's ass fucking is better than ass raping.
Okay,
like,
well, I was implying rape happened. And
okay.
so-
Bro, we're trying to write the next Care
No, no,
Bears,
listen.
The next fucking Teletubbies. And you're talking about ass.
I'm
fucking.
saying that you don't witness it, but when your color changes because of that, they could be like traumatized. Like what's that Mickey Mouse? That crackhead Mickey Mouse?
Prostitute Mickey?
Prostitute Mickey.
They
where
give-
he's like,
bro.
oh, it was so hard going
According
from
to the-
green to red.
According to their
And he's all
color, they would go
traumatized.
to a certain school that taught certain things, and they'd be hearing different things because they're different schools and they're a different color until they question or until they.
Until they get questions
And they're
about
like,
their colors.
oh. And then they get a yellow pass.
Is there like
It's
a
hall pass to
sorting
go
hat?
To the next school.
Is there a sorting hat?
Yeah, 4. You get asked the question.
They put like a.
Why
Do
are
you
the
like
yellow?
boys,
Why are the yellow
girls,
kids sword
or
fighting?
Bo. And they're like, I like Bo. You're green.
How old
The
are
green path.
How old are these kids
They're like
though?
4.
Kids, man, bro,
Exactly.
bro, there are boys out there that
Just
are like,
put
I
'em in
hate
there.
girls,
It
So-
doesn't matter. They get the option to change.
I don't think.
and then they get molested by like
I don't
a
think
strong
I
boy.
realized that I like girls until I was like in the 2nd grade.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was a little older, closer to like 8 or something when I was like.
Second, I think that's. Yeah, I think that's 2nd.
It was
grade.
2nd grade for me too.
Yeah, doesn't matter, y'all.
It was
You would
3rd
get the
grade for me.
option. Your Care
Lisbel
Bear-
Cervantes.
Your Care Bears only
Cervantes.
lived 12 years. So
Bro, all my
these 4
teachers
years-
were ugly though. I can remember that now.
My Care Bear
Until I
lives-
got older.
My 2nd grade teacher's name was Miss Coon.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Sir.
Like a raccoon?
Like no, it was spelled Kuhn, but still.
But see, when you're a kid, you don't.
Miss
you-
Con, come here.
I just I had teachers that stood out, but some of the ones, like the chicks that stood out, were like my freshman. I went to summer school before my freshman year, and took like speech and what was the other one? Communication or something. One of the other one. And our teacher, Miss Novak.
How you ain't pay attention in summer school?
Because Miss Novak was fucking flashing her fucking pussy to the whole goddamn class.
Tell me more.
She was fucking
No panties?
no panties,
Jesus.
sitting on a stool in like a little like, mini dress, trying to teach us about it's speech. And I'm in summer school class. You get 3 weeks, right?
Beating off under the table.
Oh my
I can see
god!
it
And
now.
then she would just come and just like walk by and like touch you, just like put her
Really?
hand on her shoulder. She's like talking to the kids, and the dudes be looking at each other like, God damn.
So not only did she have no panties, but she was also I'm assuming hot.
Oh yeah, she was attractive. She was like, I'm
She had
15.
panties on.
I'm 15, and she's like in her mid 30s.
She had
so.
panties that was granny panties, so you ain't see the line.
Bro,
Sir,
nice
that's
thought
when
on
you
it.
see the line is
That's-
when they're granny
yeah.
panties. Like
That's when you're like, oh, whatever.
you don't see it if it's sometimes you see it if it's a thong.
Y'all was young.
Some of my teachers at my school got down. This one teacher, Miss Pettit, her name is spelled like petite, and she taught French or whatever, and she was like real petite blonde lady. She started banging like the main wrestler, Hasso.
You remember Miss Landry?
Fucking
The
16
AP.
There was a
year-old.
teacher that was banging. We had a teacher at Hastings that was
You
banging.
remember her, bro?
Quit reminiscing.
Bro.
You banged your teacher?
Nah, but she was If I had got in line, I might have, bro. Like
Damn.
I didn't know she was on that tip, but she was fucking. Like I'm not gonna lie.
I hate
Miss
seeing those
Landry,
stories,
bro.
how they go down.
Yeah, there was this teacher at Hastings who was banging a student. It was a chick though. It was like a lesbian thing.
Oh.
Yeah, the teacher was pretty hot though.
I think it's all good until it's an old dude teacher banging a young chick. Then I'm like,
Yeah, we're like, that's cap.
we don't like that.
It doesn't make any sense because, like, what's in it for the chick?
Yeah,
good
like,
grades, I guess.
Bribery, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. You're not that serious about getting good grades in high school.
Algebra's not that important.
Like, daddy issues is a very good one.
Daddy issues.
What if it's an old, disgusting man? That's not.
Mr. Schoenfeld?
That
You
is
gotta,
for you,
like,
any
bang him.
teacher. Maybe it's like a position of power. It's like a mental thing.
I see that happening in college, not like high school level.
Yeah, exactly.
Like college is like, oh, if you're failing in that month, like you paid money to be there, you were fucking banging your professor. I don't care.
Well, just think about this, bro. The access to information is completely different now. By the time you're 5, you know how to work YouTube, Yahoo,
Pornhub.
yeah,
I
anything.
Yeah.
So, girls that were like 15, 16, 17 in the 80s that did look, what did they have access? How did they get information? They got on the phone.
It's called the radio and the newspaper
So
and
when some
fucking
guy
Magazines.
television and
so
magazines.
when some guy had this scam, it was like,
Oh,
for
there's
sure.
been plenty
All
of
you
it.
gotta do is
Mark's like, communication didn't exist before cell phones.
communication didn't exist until 1997.
I'm just saying, people would read stuff in the library, maybe see it on TV. Other than that, they didn't know shit.
Like this brings me to my next point.
People read newspapers.
People-
Americans didn't know shit.
Communication existed, man. It was just much, much more difficult.
People like Laurel and Shelley, I was talking about how like the internet is like a necessity. If it went down, if the internet like globally went down, there'd be some issues. Like and Laurel and Linda would be like, well, we didn't have internet. The internet wasn't around when we were growing up. I'm like, the internet's been around since the early 80s. It hasn't been publicly like usable, but it's been a necessity for fucking decades.
Well, it served as necessity, linking us up to the world for military and then commercial.
yeah, military's
and
been
then
using that shit for a while
They're
now.
the ones
huh?
who invented it. And then
I invented
No, that was
that
actually
shit.
Bill Gates.
fucking Bill Gates invented the receptacle that it received it in. But just setting up one computer station and linking it across the world, it was like the first telephone call in the 1978, I think. And then computers with the fucking size of the goddamn room and shit.
Like Rockfish, bro. Internet goes down, bro. We're back to those swiping fucking things.
That's why every fucking place. That's why people don't understand. It's like people are like, "Oh, a nuclear bomb." And I was like, "No, you throw an EMP over something over here, and it's gonna be catastrophic. You thought fucking riots were bad, you know, for people
can't check fucking Facebook.
It'll be like
it's
the
gonna be
fucking
riots in the streets.
The
You
freeze.
can't check Facebook. It's gonna be a purge going on.
The freeze, bro. COVID when it first happened.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Drop an EMP right over here.
Right in Target.
Right there.
And be the first ones to go in and out.
Doesn't even have to.
What? Are you suggesting we drop an EMP?
Oh, no.
No.
Never.
We never do that.
That's illegal.
That would not benefit us in any way.
No, it would not. But the trip into Target would be.
God. They're dropping EMP on the United States so we can be the first ones to loot Target. All right, so G, you're gonna be at the Target. We're gonna have a radio, and me
Radio
and
won't
Michael
work.
are gonna. No, I know, but it'll work until we drop it, right?
True.
So me and Michael are gonna be at the drop zone.
Technically, you could have other spare radios in a lead suitcase and drop
Yeah.
in batteries and drop the EMP and then pop those babies out.
Yeah, what if we
Use
just
them.
what if we just put shit in a lead container
You can
and
use
then
it.
pop the EMP and we are the only people with technology.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have a cell phone or anything because you're popping the cell phone tower.
Yeah,
from
the tower's
whatever
fucked.
area.
EMP is permanent, like it permanently fucks your shit up,
Yes.
or like
Yeah. It's
Oh,
electromagnetic pulse.
until you get that shit reestablished.
Yeah, until the anybody that's controlling like the power line system shuts off the right circuits to reconnect and reroute through the right way if any existing lines are still capable.
I'm sure they can manually re-jump it.
The lines will be fine. It'll just be the generators that power the lines. It'll be fucked
Gotta
up.
rebuild those.
Or either rebuild them or you replace whatever type of. They probably have a short circuit cutoff switch where if it does get hit by lightning or an EMP, it just fries
down.
this part of the circuit and they can instantly take it out and replace
That makes
it. They
sense.
have shit like that in the military.
Yeah, they have it in computers. Like my my graphics card, if it gets too hot, my computer will just shut down.
Yeah.
Instead of it like frying my chip or whatever.
So there would be like a systemic flow of power trying to get back on, but it'd be really fucking difficult depending on how big. Like if you dropped an EMP that equaled the kiloton blast of a nuclear bomb, it'd be no havoc except for wherever the initial detonation would be, you know. But it still would just be quiet, localized, and then but fucking 10 square mile or 10 circular mile area with no fucking power and every electronical device kaput.
Yeah, you hit the right spot, and that's really what the damage is done. Like, think about
and we get all the tiki
when
torches
we
from
iced
Target.
out, when the grid was froze over.
yeah, that's right.
Or if you hit
That's
like
true.
each hub is like anybody ever see that one Die Hard movie like Die Hard
Oh, you're talking about
Live Free or Die Hard?
where they have the fire cell.
Yeah, the fire sale
I
deal.
love that one.
Yeah,
The cyber one, yeah,
Yeah,
that
with
was a good
Justin
one.
Long
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
there. Yeah, he
Bro, my
shut
favorite
the whole internet down, shut all the lights down, shut everything down.
My favorite line from that movie is when Justin Line's just talking, and then fucking Bruce Willis is like, "Shut up, shut the fuck up." That's my
He's
shit.
like Justin Long plays this hacker and he's like hacking in and he's like finding the guy that's hacking into the government system that controlling everything, right? And they're rerouting traffic and he's just like talking and talking. I love that scene, dude. Shut up, fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up. Like he was so serious. That shit was
He
hilarious.
felt-
And that was a huge play on the world needing internet too.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
it
great
was,
movie.
It was. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, Bruce Willis shoots a fucking car into a helicopter in it and fucking dives on a Marine Corps Harrier. Is fucking.
Yeah, needless to say, don't be smug if you're older than me.
It was a great movie. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's like that. Like you shut all the systems down, people start fucking killing each other.
Yeah.
Start shout.
Wow.
I think that wraps this podcast up, guys. I think we've covered everything that we've got. You got something? Don't say fucking man great.
I'm not gonna say man great, but I could have sworn you had one more topic to cover in this.
Oh my god, I didn't talk about skin theory.
Yeah.
Is so and then there's not. It's only a couple minutes because I genuinely, if anyone listens to this, I want them to watch the video about it instead of like hearing my rambling. The skin
like
theory
that.
is basically the definition is it's like it's this concept of creatures in Bikini Bottom of SpongeBob SquarePants, the TV show from Nickelodeon, specifically seasons 1 through 4, because those are the ones that Steven Hillenburg, the actual creator of the show, that he's actually a marine biologist.
Oh, that's
Steven
crazy.
Hillenburg. He's dead now, but
Yeah, but that's crazy.
he's got ALS. But so the seasons 1 through
damn.
4, which is where these instances are heavily concentrated.
Best seasons.
Oh, those are the best seasons. So seasons 1 through 4, and then the SpongeBob movie, all Steven Hillenburg, and then he dipped out, and then he came back in like 2016, but then he died of ALS in 2018.
Damn.
That's
So-
what Lucius Lyon had. If y'all watch Empire.
Anyway, so the skin theory is the concept of creatures in Bikini Bottom wearing skin of other creatures, body parts, or even just like costumes, like lots of very disturbing things. Like you'll see them often just like rip their own skin off, or they'll have a costume that's like perfectly, it's like another whole human body on top of their body. On several occasions, there was like one occasion where like someone's skin, like they had a tattoo, and Sandy ripped his tattoo off and stuck it upside down, and it looked like it just fit perfectly, and just
That's the Hard as Nails episode.
Yeah.
Where SpongeBob finally gets in and
Salty
slips on an
Spittoon.
ice cube.
yes. Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are you?
His tattoo
How
said
tough.
Mom, and she ripped it off.
And
I
said,
said,
wow,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
But there's
Wow.
like 24 like instances. So if you just look up the video on YouTube, it's SpongeBob SquarePants Skin Theory. It's an hour long, but I promise you, it's also a bunch of clips of SpongeBob which are hilarious.
Yeah.
But
what's the point? Why would they?
it's
why would
disturbing.
he do that?
It's a kids show, and it's too many instances of the same thing happening in these 4 seasons
That's just
for
that
it to be a
guy's
coincidence.
That's
So
his niche. Like, what do you think he like? Take
He did that
I wa-
because it's a twisted little
I watched,
spin on it.
I watched a little bit of the video
Yeah.
before we started this podcast, and I think I understand exactly what you're saying. Like, I think the most interesting part of it is that he, like, the Bikini Bottom area is basically like a humanoid
Yes.
city underneath.
It's
the
a human.
sea.
It's
right.
a
Yeah.
representation of human life underwater.
Yeah,
So
correct.
so to see these things is kind of disturbing if you look at it from that perspective.
Yeah.
You know?
You won't see it unless you apply skin theory to it.
Right.
Well, I remember several episodes, but doesn't that happen in other cartoons?
Not as
too?
often.
You would think, because it does happen kind of in like Looney Tunes
Exactly,
and
that's
Tom
what I-
and Jerry
Yeah,
and
or
stuff like
like
that.
smoking a cigar and get your fucking bill
That's not.
blown off all
That's
the way
not.
around.
That would be like the Looney Tunes, like
Happens-
Bugs Bunny not actually being a bunny, him being a human wearing a bunny's skin. That's what I'm talking about.
But there are instances. There are
okay,
instances in SpongeBob where it's a fish wearing a fish's skin. You know?
Exactly.
So it's just like.
Or SpongeBob wearing his own skin.
Or exactly.
Like him and he's
exactly.
like ripping his own skin off.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But there
So
are a lot of
there's no
angles-
telling how many costumes they're wearing, because there was one scene where a person had a shell break off of them, and then another shell break. It was like a mailman, and then his shell broke off. Then he's a regular dude, and then another shell broke off, and it's like a little chick.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Like those little dolls. that you-
and then
like
Sandy's arm is a human arm when she flexes.
That was hilarious, bro. That was fucking hilarious.
It's-
that's just because
She was swole as
also,
fuck.
how do you explain fires under in Bikini Bottom?
It's all like
Other than
in
it being
a
a cartoon.
dome.
There's no dome. You can see bubbles.
Other
Like
than it being a cartoon,
The bubbles-
you can weld
Yeah.
underwater.
the
that's
bubbles.
not. You can't light up. You can't have a campfire underwater. Is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
He's saying the
And Goo
campfires-
Lagoon. How do you
campfire
explain
is
Goo
a
Lagoon?
well.
How do you explain an ocean in the ocean?
It's because like the bubbles that you see on the outside are really the bubbles on like
You see, it's a dome.
yeah, it's a dome
Like Atlantis
And-
or something.
Yeah,
There's a
and you can
here.
see the
Funny thing.
bubbles.
There's already Atlantis, and there's a dome in Atlantis.
Those are ray
And
shields,
There's
bro.
a ray shield. But just watch the video. Honestly, you need to understand.
Yeah.
Like I was not
I'm
on
down.
board. I had to watch like 30 minutes of the video, and it's like a lot of evidence. And then there's a lot of
basically-
clips, and you're like, and you look at it, and when you look at it with skin theory in mind, you're like, this is weird. No show does this fucking much.
Yeah.
I can yeah.
They shows
Yeah.
do it right, like
No,
the,
but-
the scar blowing up. I get that. That's physical humor.
Yeah, everybody has that
Very-
little niche thing, but
I just think it's a little there's a lot of disturbing things that
Yeah,
you wouldn't
if-
catch
yeah,
if
you look
you're
at
a
it
kid.
through that lens, it definitely is disturbing.
Like Patrick gets like the top of his head just like ripped off, like
And as a kid, you're like, ha ha, that's funny. Like you think that shit is
SpongeBob
hilarious.
gets like ripped in half,
Yeah.
no problem.
But you don't go try to rip your friend's head off or anything.
No, hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Did they explain why a squirrel will be living underwater?
That Sandy's not a
she has-
squirrel. They say Sandy's a human.
She has a fucking dome on.
That is true, yeah. But all the other what's it called? All the other
Why would she go? Why would she?
But what
why
about
would
that
she go
gorilla, bro?
undercover
Yeah, the gorilla.
underwater
What
as
about-
a fucking squirrel?
what about
I-
that gorilla in season 4 that was underwater and the horse? It was exactly.
He's starting to.
They're like, wait a
starting to lose
second,
it.
how is your gorilla underwater? And he's like, oh well, you see, Chuck, let's get out of here. And they like fly off. I mean, they ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, he was losing it. He needed content.
Santa Claus was underwater.
Santa Claus could be everywhere, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But anyway, guys, go check out Skin Theory. I'm gonna name the title of this podcast Skin Theory.
No.
There you go.
You liked
There
Area
you
71,
go.
but think Skin Theory is a little better, man.
All right, let's do a
No.
vote.
I was gonna. Who says Skin Theory?
Oh, Skin Theory.
That's the title of the podcast.
I say
I'm gonna go with Skin Theory too, bro. It's,
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right,
No
y'all.
one is gonna watch that video either. It's an hour long.
Bro, G's already watched like 20
I
minutes.
did. I watched a lot of it.
Right,
and it was
peace
pretty
out,
interesting.
guys. Bye.
Bye.